Chapter 9, Haroon. It's Julian who comes up with the idea to go to Azim's court appearance. We know him, he says. We should be there to show some support. His family will be there, but they'll all be weeping and worried. He'll be glad to see a couple of normal people. It sounds like the right thing to do, even though we'll have to cut classes to go. I tell my parents about it that evening. They're both home for dinner. Mum has barbecued some chicken. Zaina sits across the table from me, as always, but doesn't look at me. I don't want you mixed up in this, my father says as he dishes out salad. I'm already mixed up in it. You should see the looks I get at school. This family is not ruled by looks or by other people's opinions. My mother is agreeing with my father. They disagree on a million little things, but they always come together for the big ones. I'm a little worried that they see this as a big thing. I think it is, but I'd feel better if they thought it wasn't. Their judgment is pretty good, even though they don't know what it's like to be in high school these days. So what are we ruled by? The right to a fair trial, I say? The right to be presumed innocent until you're proven guilty? Someone's been doing his homework, my father says. Azim's right to a fair trial does not depend on you being in the courtroom, Mum says. I don't want you anywhere near this. All around the world, people live in chaos. If our parents had stayed in Afghanistan, this family would be living in the middle of war and squalor and craziness. And I don't know what. They didn't want that for themselves, and we don't want that for you. We're living well in a safe community. We believe in order and good manners. We're also Muslims, Zaina says, the first words she's spoken since we sat down at dinner. Or doesn't that count for anything? Your mother just spent her whole day off preparing for Ramadan, so don't give us that attitude, Dad says. What preparing? Chopping vegetables? Shopping? Ramadan is a spiritual time, and we treat it like a social holiday, Zaina says. Why not just put up a Christmas tree and hang up a picture of Santa Claus? That's all Ramadan means to us. Is this the same daughter who refused to fast last year because it was, what did you say, an archaic patriarchal directive? Mum asks. Zaina has a great talent for ignoring anything that doesn't fit her current point of view. She waves aside Mum's comments. They want us to assimilate. They want us to be more like them. That way they can go after the people who are different. Who's they? Dad asks. I keep out of it. I bend low over my plate while the words fly around me. My mother makes amazing barbecue sauce with curry and cilantro and oranges. She doesn't have time to cook very often, and I'm determined not to let one of Zaina's arguments ruin my enjoyment of the meal. As I eat, I'm able to block a lot of the argument out, but then Zaina says, one person being a coward makes it harder for everyone. I hear that all right, and when I look up at her, there's no doubt she means that I am the coward. My appetite is gone, and I leave the table. Later, when they've all gone to their separate corners, I come out of my room and do the cleanup. I'm not being nice. It's my turn. Scrubbing, rinsing, putting food away, it's soothing. I wish all messes could be cleared up this easily. When the work is done, I phone Julian. Let's go, I say. It's the right thing to do. I'll deal with the consequences later, and I'm not doing it because Zaina thinks I'm a coward. Almost as a joke, I add, leave Reverend Bob at home. You sure? Asks Julian. I could make up some judge robes for him, turn him into Judge Bob. He could help with the rulings. I hope he's kidding. All right, pause this for now and have a look at the questions and then come back for part 2.